Yuzuri Otonashi awakens in the world of the afterlife with no memory of his life on Earth. Immediately, he meets Yuri Nakamura as she aims a sniper rifle at Angel, the student council president. Yuri offers Otonashi the opportunity to join the afterlife group against Angel, but Otonashi refuses and instead speaks with Angel, who informs him that everyone has died. Otonashi demands evidence, after which Angel impales him, but he survives despite his fatal wounds. Following morning, when he wakes up in the school infirmary, Noda cuts him 100 times because he rejected Yuri's invitation to join the afterlife group. After healing from the gruesome injury, he awakens in the afterlife group room, where he meets the core afterlife group members. There, he joins the afterlife group, and Yuri tells Otonashi that since they are in the afterlife, none of them can die. Still, they can disappear if they start living an everyday school life, and there's a chance they could reincarnate as a flea or other creatures, which is why they resist Angel, who forces them to live normally. The afterlife group initiates Operation Tornado that night to steal meal tickets from non-player characters, NPCs. Girls Dead Monster, a girl band affiliated with the afterlife group, performs a live concert in the cafeteria to distract the NPCs while some of its members fight Angel to delay her. After the operation's success, the afterlife group retreats to the cafeteria to use their meal tickets. During the meal, Otonashi attempts to make sense of everything. Low on supplies and ammo, Yuri leads 9 other members of the afterlife group to the guild deep below the surface, where their allies manufacture weapons. The afterlife group discovers that many booby traps on the path to the guild have been reactivated because Angel has arrived before them and is approaching the guild. The group navigates the traps, but only Yuri and Otonashi survive in the end, while the others perish attempting to do so. During a brief rest to dry their clothes from an earlier trap, Yuri tells Otonashi that her 3 younger siblings were murdered. This is Yuri's motivation to fight the cruel fate God has given her. Soon after meeting the guild members down below the surface, they report that Angel was temporarily stalled but has since resumed movement. Angel is approaching the main entrance. Yuri orders the guild to evacuate, and Cha decides to demolish the guild. In the meantime, Yuri and Otonashi battle Angel to buy the guild members sufficient time to detonate the explosives and destroy the guild. Upon completion of the preparations, the guild explodes with Angel. Yuri and the other members flee to the old guild location. Yuri directs the reorganization of the guild, and Otonashi acknowledges her leadership. Masami Iwasawa introduces a new ballad titled My Song. Still, Yuri questions its effectiveness for afterlife group operations, given that the crowd will be quiet while she sings. Then they could not stop the Angel, as bullets made louder sounds. Yuri introduces Takeyama, a new member of the afterlife group who specializes in computer hacking. The next operation's objective is to infiltrate Angel's room and crack her computer's password to find a clue to defeating her from there. While this is happening, Girls Dead Monster Band puts on a concert to lure Angel to them. After meeting Yui, Otonashi converses with Iwasawa during the band's break. She discusses her dysfunctional family history, her pursuit of a music career, and her death at the hands of her drunken father. Later, the Girls Dead Monster Band performs, while Yuri guides a small group to Angel's room. Several teachers intervene after a few minutes to prevent the girls from performing a concert without permission. Nevertheless, Iwasawa breaks away and performs her ballad. Following the song, she vanishes from the afterlife. The hacking revealed to the afterlife group the source of Angel's powers. She creates her weapons with the aid of software, not with the help of a god. Yui insists on replacing Iwasawa as the vocalist. After Yui accidentally kills herself during an audition, Yuri leaves her up to the Girls Dead Monster Band's decision. Yuri instructs the afterlife group to form teams and compete in the forthcoming baseball tournament. Hideki, Hinata, and Otonashi team up, but they are unsuccessful in recruiting key members of the afterlife group, as Takamatsu recruited each key individual for his baseball team. Eventually, Hinata formed an 8-person baseball team with Yui, Shina, Noda, and 3 female NPCs who are Yui's fans. The afterlife group teams defeat the NPC teams, but they are quickly defeated by Angel's team, which consists of the school baseball team. Hinata's team is the last afterlife group team to face Angel's team in the final. Hinata faces a fly ball in the 9th inning that he dropped in his previous life. Speculating that he will obliterate if he catches the ball, Otonashi tries to stop him. Still, in retaliation, Yui grapples with Hinata and accidentally prevents the catch and thereby lie, Angel's team wins, much to Yuri's annoyance. Yuri intends to lower Angel's school ranking by lowering her grades for the exam. Otonashi introduces himself to Angel and learns her real name, Kanada Tachibana, during the operation. The members of the Afterlife group disrupt the class with a variety of idiocy, allowing Takayama to switch Kanada's exam sheets for fake ones. As a result, she received a 0 and was reprimanded by the teachers, and Kanada was replaced as council president by Vice President Ayato Naoi. During another instance of Operation Tornado, Kanada is surprisingly no longer hostile. She ignores the commotion and purchases a meal ticket for Mapo Dufyu, the supposedly spiciest meal in the school cafeteria. However, due to the operation, Kanada's ticket blows away and it falls on Otonashi. While eating Kanada's favorite dish, Yuri told him that she came to get the same meal ticket that he is eating, and he sympathizes with her. Moments later, Naoi, accompanied by NPCs, arrives, intending to punish the Afterlife group for their persistent disobedience. The members of the Afterlife group are released from the reflection room. Yuri orders class disruptions to test Naoi's commitment to the rules, but Naoi remains vigilant and immediately stops them. Yui discovers that Naoi has been assaulting NPCs to prevent his disappearance. Otonashi invites Kanada to lunch in the cafeteria. Still, Naoi arrests them for eating at an improper time and imprisons them in a cell underground. Kanada informs Otonashi those who befriend her vanish. Yuri informs Otonashi via walkie-talkie of her discoveries regarding Naoi and reveals that he is not an NPC but rather a living individual like them. The Afterlife group is fighting a losing battle against Naoi, who is using NPCs as a shield and hostages, and Yuri tells him that Kanada is needed for battle. Otonashi convinces Kanada to escape their prison cell. Still, by the time they reach the outside, the members of the Afterlife group had been slaughtered by Naoi, who had used hypnosis to control the NPCs. Otonashi prevents Naoi from attempting to hypnotize Yuri. As Otonashi embraces and acknowledges him, Naoi reveals his unjust existence as a substitute for his deceased twin brother, and how he worked tirelessly to earn his father's acknowledgement. After Naoi joins the Afterlife group, Yuri asks him to recover Otonashi's memories through hypnosis. In his memory, Otonashi's life is based primarily on his chronically hospitalized younger sister, Hatsune, his new ambition to attend medical school, and his untimely death in an earthquake. After some reflection on his revived memories, he laments the timing of his passing away. Otonashi resumes his membership in the Afterlife group with renewed motivation. Due to a lack of meal tickets, Yuri orders a boat trip. Kanada accepts Otonashi's invitation and, after learning how to fish, catches the master of the stream, a monster fish large enough to feed the entire school. While serving the excess fish to the NPCs, Kanada and Otonashi promise to stay with the Afterlife group. Suddenly, a wounded Yuri falls to the ground in front of them and accuses Angel of attacking her. Kanada, Otonashi, and the others look up to see a second Angel with blazing red eyes atop a building. The Afterlife group defends against the crimson-eyed Kanada's aggression, but the battle ends when the two Kanadas stab each other. Yuri recalls that one of the Kanada's powers, harmonics, allows her to clone herself. She instructs the anti-life group to attend class to prevent self-obliteration, while she accesses Kanada's computer and adds additional measures to limit a clone's lifespan and reverse the harmonics. When everyone comes to check on the original Kanada in the infirmary, they find out she has been abducted. Yuri speculates that the Kanada is being held captive by crimson-eyed Kanada in the abandoned guild and arranges a rescue operation. Along the way, the members of the Afterlife group encounter more Angel clones instead of guild traps, as the team sacrifices itself to stop each clone. Yuri and Otonashi are once again the only surviving Afterlife group members. At the guild headquarters, Yuri eliminates the final clone, while Otonashi instructs the frail original Kanada to activate her harmonics. She does so, but the newly created clone informs Otonashi of the risk to Angel posed by reintegrating the clone's consciousness into her body. Then, Yuri's system is activated and each clone returns to her while she is in agony. Otonashi falls asleep while waiting for Kanada to wake up and dreams about the subway train accident. With the assistance of a man named Igarashi, he led, assisted, and motivated the survivors during their week-long ordeal in the subway tunnel. As a result, many of the victims survived, but Otonashi perished moments before the arrival of a rescue team. When Kanada awakens him, he becomes was optimistic regarding his life and death, but he continues to exist in the afterlife. Henceforth, the two work together to assist everyone in moving on from this afterlife, which was Kanata's intention all along. In turn, they realize that the purpose of this afterlife is to allow souls to make amends with their past regrets. Kanata and Naoi are restored to their prior positions as student council president and vice president respectively. Due to this, the rest of the afterlife group mistakenly assumes that Kanata has reverted to being a crimson-eyed angel. Otonashi and Kanata decide upon Yui as the first one whom they help with their new goal. After a simple plan to steal a guitar, Otonashi discovers her life's purpose and her list of desires, performing a German suplex, scoring a soccer goal against 5 opponents, and hitting a home run. Otonashi assists her in completing 2 of these tasks. Yui gave up on the home run after a few days, but enjoyed each activity. However, she had one particular desire: marriage. Suddenly, Hinata declares that he would marry her despite her intellectual disabilities. Hinata's description of their happy relationship satisfies Yui's desires by addressing the small probability of their meeting by chance. Hinata joins Otonashi's goal of helping others to move on after she vanishes. In the meantime, Noda and Oyama were attacked by an unknown creature which Yusa refers to as Shadow. While Hinata and Naoi compete for Otonashi's primary assistance position, a shadow monster attacks Naoi, prompting the other two to destroy it. Yusa informs Yuri of the encounter. Yuri meets with Kanata to discuss the shadows, and Otonashi and company are also present. The meeting is cut short when a large shadow group surrounds Noda, Shina, and TK. Everyone at the meeting joins the battle, and Yuri observes an NPC's transformation into a shadow. Fujimaki reports Takamatsu's death to the shadows after the battle, but the next day, a soulless NPC is discovered in class. To address this shadow situation, Yuri assembles a sizable afterlife group team and prompts Otonashi to share his theory regarding everyone's passing away. Several members object, but Hinata and Naoi agree with his discovery. In a subsequent, smaller meeting, Yuri enlists Kanata's aid before pursuing the shadow's source. While the other members of the afterlife group contemplate their decision to pass on, Yuri learns about the theft of school computers and discovers a secret passageway from the computer room to the guild. Early in the morning, Kanata engages in a fight with a large number of shadows. A huge majority of afterlife group members and Girls Dead Monster band members pass on, satisfied with their time spent together. While the main cast of afterlife group members continues to battle an increasing number of shadows. In the meantime, Yuri travels to the guild and encounters other shadows. Shina instructs Otonashi to separate. Hinata and Naoi comply. The group of Otonashi, Kanata, Hinata, and Naoi saves Yuri just as she is about to be devoured by the shadows. After saving her, they battle additional shadows and send Yuri ahead of them. After running for a while, Yuri enters a hidden room where the stolen computers are all running the Angel Layer software. In addition, Yuri discovers an unknown boy and interrogates him about various aspects of the afterlife. Yuri ultimately resists the temptation to become God and destroys every computer. Afterwards, she dreams about forgiving siblings. Otonashi and the 3 others look over her as she wakes up. 3 days after the incident with the shadows, only Otonashi, Yuri, Kanata, Hinata, and Naoi are still alive. The others have passed on to the afterlife. Per Kanata's suggestion, a graduation ceremony is held with an anthem, diplomas, and a speech. After the ceremony, Naoi departs. Yuri makes peace with Kanata before departing, and Hinata quickly follows. Alone with Kanata, Otonashi proposes that he and Kanata remain to assist those who may enter the afterlife. He then confesses his love to her, but she reveals herself as the recipient of his transplanted heart. When he was in the train accident, he wrote on the card to donate his heart if he died. Kanata finally disappears after expressing gratitude to Otonashi, leaving him in hysterical tears as he screams her name. In the epilogue, a girl resembling Kanata is heard humming My Song by Iwasawa in the world of the living. A boy who resembles Otonashi walks by and recognizes the tune. When the girl continues walking, the boy taps her shoulder. Before he makes contact, the scene fades away. Thank you for watching the video, and don't forget to click the bell icon and like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos.